Good morning, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. And it is Thursday morning, a little after 10. So it is time for coffee and cards. If you're on, give me a shout out, a like or a love. Let me know that you're here with me. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I had to play MacGyver this morning. or whatever a famous explorer is, Christopher Columbus. I don't know. But my lights weren't working. And my husband has this whole thing just cord strung everywhere, and I had to track the cord to find where he had it plugged in and at which extension cord he had it into. And then I had to move some cables, but I got it working. Good morning, Betty. Hey, Linda. Good to see you guys. Oh, thank you for sharing, Betty. I appreciate that. And because I was doing that, I didn't have time to go get my coffee. So don't tell I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper Zero first thing in the morning. God help me. Good morning, Debbie. So I don't know about where you guys are, but it is going to be gorgeous here today and tomorrow. Hey, Valerie, good to see you. They're calling for temperatures in the 60s. So I almost want to tell my husband to take tomorrow off and do the outside decorating. I have club in the morning, but I could be here in the afternoon to help him. So I don't know. We'll see. And then they'll be done and it won't be freezing cold. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. This is the class that we did together. Whenever we were together last. It's all a blur these days, guys. But this is my Berry Christmas Creativity Now class. And some of you have already grabbed it. It was pretty popular when we did it on the live the other night. So it is still available to register for. The class is $32. You get half a pack of the Berry Cute Memories and More cards. So you're going to get 2 sizes of cards. Okay. And then that's like 27 cards of those. You're going to get 2 sheets of stickers. These are used because obviously we used them to make our cards together. And yours are going to be complete. And you're going to get 20 envelopes, right? So you've got the red envelopes with the coordinating card base, and then the snowy card base and envelope. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Corinne. Excuse me. So yeah, so you get all that, plus you get a full pack of the basic rhinestones because every Christmas card needs a little bling. $32. Registration's open, I think, till the 21st. But again, the sooner you register, the sooner I can order the product, just on the off chance that it would go out of stock. If you register and I'm not able to get the full product for you, meaning either the Memories and More cards would go out of stock or the envelopes and cards would go out of stock, I will just refund your money. But if you order sooner, then I can get it ordered. And it was still available because I did order for the folks that already registered. Okay, so that's happening. Of course, the other big thing that's happening, and lots of you have already taken advantage of it, thank you so much, is the seasonal sale. Today is the last day, guys. This is one of the best sales that we do because it's on all the essentials. It's on the inks, it's on the cardstock, it's on ribbons and trim, it's on the blends, it's on the Stampin' Right markers. Bundles are not on sale, okay? So the inks are 15% off, and I was ordering again last night because I'm trying to outfit, the Cozy Craft Nest now. And I realized that it was cheaper to buy the ink pads. I was buying one of the ink color bundles. It was cheaper to buy the ink pads with the sale individually than it was because the bundle was not on sale. So if you're thinking about that, take a look at that. I didn't realize that sooner. I had my hostess in club last night. She ordered the bundles, and I wish I had thought of that sooner, but I didn't think of it until about 2 o'clock this morning when I was putting my order in. So anyway, don't forget, today is the last day. It'll be gone. Cardstock, inks, blends, Stampin' Right markers, refills, ink spots, blank ink spots, right? You can create your own ink pad with just the refill. And then, of course, the designer series papers, the specialty papers, you know, if you like that white core paper that I used where we created that background by sanding it, that is on special. Lots of the shimmer and luster papers, of course, are on special. Some things have sold out. I know the cherry cobbler cardstock sold out because I had it in 2 carts and I lost it in both of them. So you know, you might run into that. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I found this out last night too, is that a lot of those embellishments from the mini catalog that we've been waiting for, the night of navy and gold ribbon is back in stock. The sequins, I think that's what they call them, that I'm using for the embellishment for just cards this month, they are back in stock. So you want to make sure that you're checking all that stuff out too, in case there's some things there that you've been waiting for. I was actually very surprised when I looked at the retired list or the not available list last night, because I thought, oh, wow, now all that stuff came back in. But so last day for seasonal sale, still time to register for the Berry Christmas class. And there's still a few days left to register for my stamp camp. So if you are local to us, make sure you get registered for that. I still have, I think, 5, maybe 3. There was 2 ladies last night. I'm going home to check their calendars. So 5 to 3 spaces left in that. And then that will be sold out. So you don't want to miss it. It's a fun day. Even though I know the time looks scary, it's like, oh my God, it's a whole day. It probably won't be that long. I just like to leave enough time so people can enjoy it and relax. And we play Christmas music and there's goodies in your bag to snack on and all the projects. And anybody would love to get those projects. So, okay. And then the winner from our Berry Christmas evening, where we put those cards together, is Thelma Angel. So Thelma, I don't know if I saw you hop on, but congratulations. And I will bring these to you on Friday. Actually, that's tomorrow, isn't it? The weeks are flying, guys. I cannot believe next week is Thanksgiving. I thought I had another week. That was a little disconcerting when I realized that last night, because I'm cooking. But I'm going to do what my mama did and do a lot of the prep ahead of time. So yes, I am. That's my cat. I have a cat with anxiety. And if anybody knows any tricks, please share them, because he is really wearing us thin. He just is attached to his dad. And he bonded with Rick before we ever even knew we were adopting him. And unfortunately, he does nothing but cry most days when Rick's not here. So if you know any tricks, we do have anti-anxiety treats for him that I do give him every once in a while to try to help him. We tried some medicines, it didn't work, but you know, that's what we have. Face days. Okay, so today we are going to make some Christmas cards. And I think I'm using product from both of these, from the Christmas Classics and the Joy of Noel. And then this has to be one of the best Christmas greeting sets we've ever had. This, of course, was a carryover, Brightest Glow. But if you are somebody who likes to have a lot of options for greetings and you want some more Christmas greetings and you don't already own this, I highly recommend this set. I don't think it'll come back another time. I don't think it'll come back a third time. So it is in the annual catalog, so you have until that retires. But it is a great, great Christmas greeting set. All right. Let's see, which one are we starting with? And I'm really hoping that everything's in here, because I've got kits packed in every direction. I had class on Wednesday, and then I had club last night. And so, oh, I'll try that, Corinne. He's got 2 sisters. One he bonded with, the other one they both beat up on. I think she was the runt, because she's real petite and little and cute. And so there's Ivy, Bailey, and Trace. And Ivy and Trace are buds. Not so much with Bailey, but she kind of stays on her own. Sadly, I feel bad for her. But I will try that too. Okay, so we are going to play with this one. We're going to do a little gold embossing. This, of course, is the gold and silver trim that's in the online store. We are starting with a white card base, and I have no bone folder here. So we'll make that do. And then we've got a layer of cherry cobbler. We're going to emboss the shaded spruce with My favorite, the crosshatch, which found its way back home. No, I don't diffuse at all around my cats. I learned that when I was an active Young Living demonstrator, so I don't risk it. How about you make him a shirt that he can wear? Oh, yeah. You know, why didn't I think of that, Deborah? Because we do that when we go on trips. We put some of Rick's clothing out. But anyway, with the oils, I know there are some safe for them, but I just choose to stay away from it. Okay, so shaded spruce. I love that green with the cherry cobbler. And then this is already die cut for us out of the dies. Let's show you those dies. See if I grab the right one. I always grab the wrong one. So here are the dies. And this is the right die because I just used this nice long die. But we've got this one with the greenery. And then you've got the frame. This frame fits inside of the larger one. You've got some berries, some more greenery, some holly, some accents to cut into your cardstock, another set of berries. I always love it when they give us multiple sets, don't you? When you're die cutting, it just makes it go a little faster. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I hope it does too. I hope it does too. We are going to emboss that in gold. So we're going to grab our embossing goodies. And I'm sorry for your loss. It's a horrible time of the year to lose people. Never a good time. Never a good time. But the greeting is making spirits bright. So I don't know if I asked you guys this before or not. Who's cooking and who's traveling for Thanksgiving? All right, I'm gonna, hopefully the heat tool's plugged in. I didn't think to check that. I got so wrapped up in finding the lights. Good. All right. So, I love gold embossing. Such a wow when you see that come up, isn't it? Now you and Verna share that, Betty, because yeah, we're cooking and Verna's making the pies. My mother, or my grandmother, made the best pies in the world, and we've never tasted pies anything like hers until I met Rick and Verna. And yeah, my brother will second that Verna's pie is as close to my grandmother's as we've ever gotten. Really good. Really good. You're going to Brandy's, okay. You're traveling 5 miles. That's not too bad, Carol. That's pretty good. Oh, that's cool, Deborah. You're going to be in Arizona. You are a traveling woman, Debbie. You are a traveling woman. All right, so this is the gold and silver. I'm looking at that one roll there because it's pretty much almost gone, huh? That's in the online store. Well, I hope that your trip is more successful than your trip a couple weeks ago. Oh, we'll get there. And we're just going to wrap this around. A little high. This is a great, and we are going to do coloring today, guys. So, you know, turn on the Christmas music. My girlfriend, their whole family goes out. That is not a bad way to do it, in my opinion. Little stress. No mess, no fuss. Then you don't have leftovers either. All right, so we're going to go ahead and mount this to our card base, and then we'll work on our focal image. Put the greeting on in the right direction. Did a little extra adhesive on that because it's going over the ribbon or the trim. So we're going to stamp in Memento. This is definitely in a traditionalist colors, right? The reds and the greens. And I'm going to grab some blends. And remember, the blends are on sale too. So this is a great time to add to your collection. Maybe replace some that are starting to make that squeaky noise. Like I just ordered shaded spruce because this one's making the squeaky noise. I also went through all my re-inkers because I wasn't sure I had for some of the newer 4 colors that came, and I didn't, so I got those as well. So this is the dark shaded spruce, which you can probably tell by the color. Oops, one more. And actually, I just realized I stamped that in black, and on the original card, I stamped it in shaded spruce so that the pine would be green. But we're just going to go with this. Light old olive. Or, I don't know, what kind of leaves are these, guys? I mean, I get the pine, I get the holly. I'm not really sure what this is. Anybody got an idea? Apparently, I should have ordered old olive. It's squeaking. My blends get used hard because we use them in club. Anybody know what this leaf is supposed to represent? Oh my. Oh, I really can't do another one. Hey, Donna. Good to see you. And then cherry cobbler. This is the dark cherry cobbler for the berries. Oh, goodness. I mean, I just broke my own rule because usually I die cut before I color. In case I mess up the die cut, I haven't spent all this time coloring. Don't forget too, if you have, I don't think I'm going to risk it. I was going to try to highlight the pine and stuff, but I think it'll get too messy. I think we'll just let that sit. And this one, this image is from the Joy of Noel set, and here are those dies. So if you like the color, this one is a good set because you got a couple coloring options here. And you also have a great piece of pine that you can use in as accent. All these cute little greeneries, and some holly leaves, and that great Noel. Next card, we're going to use the Noel on, and I got a really cool way to show you how to do that. At least I think it's cool. All right, so I'm going to die cut this quick, and we'll finish this card up. So nobody knows what those leaves are, huh? Yeah, me either. Tape. Excuse my reach there. All right, so what's your favorite dish at Thanksgiving? Because I kind of put my menu together, but I'm like, I need something new. And I am not one of these cooks who has to test it first. I will feed it to you the first time I make it. You can either love it or hate it together. What's your favorite dish? So there is our image. We're going to pop that on with dimensionals. What's happened here? I'm going to use up some bones here. The dressing, yeah, I gotta agree with you there, Carol. Sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. I don't know that I've ever had sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. But my sister-in-law, my brother's girlfriend, I don't know. Anyway, she makes an amazing sweet potato casserole, evidently. I've never tasted it. But my mother-in-law loves it. So every year it's like, yeah, you know what you're bringing. So she's bringing that. I don't have to worry about sweet potatoes. But the dressing, we call it stuffing. Yeah, I love that. And I'm just so very sad because the best stuffing I ever had was my mom's. And that whole recipe box just, at this point, we think it must have somehow gotten into an auction box because we never found her recipes. It makes me very sad. So I'm going to try to create it. I know what was in it, I think. I just don't know how much of it. Mom makes a great sweet potato dish. I'm told it's delicious. You're there for the pies. That's my brother. He's there for the pies. Sausage stuffing with cran raisin. That sounds interesting. I don't think I ever even heard of that. We had, I don't know if if you're not in this area, you've never heard of it, but there is a place down here called Allenbury. And it used to be a tradition. The Friday after Thanksgiving, my mom and dad and Rick's mom and dad, and we would all go to Allenbury and we had their brunch, their holiday brunch. And then they always did a Christmas play and we always went to see that. And that was so much fun. And then they stopped doing that. And now it's been bought by other people and it's all different. But they had an oyster stuffing. I don't know, that's probably not what you called it, but that's what it reminded me of. And it was pretty good. Okay, glue dots for our bow and our greeting, and this one is done. Here we go. I'm gonna grab some gold festive pearls or red and green pearls, depending upon where you look, is what it's called. It's called one thing in the catalog and something else on the actual packaging. Whoop, that's silver. I used to like sweet potatoes, but I don't eat them anymore. And then our greeting on the inside of this one is going to go on with shaded spruce. Hoping your Christmas shines bright with the love of family and friends. And that one is done. And I just realized I have no magnetic bowls laying here. All right, so that's our first one. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put my dies so they don't wander off. And then we're going to go non-traditional for the next one. Oh, and be sure to stick around to the end because I have swap cards to share with you. Oh, thanks, Deborah. All right, so this one we actually did in my club. I think it was last month. I love the way it turned out. Sometimes my cards are done by accident. I might have stuff laying on my table from a prior project, and somehow what I'm working on and that gets combined, and I'm like, hey, that kind of works. So here's going to be our Noel. We're going to use the foam sheets. That's for sure, Corinne. That is for sure. Sweet potatoes are better. It has a lower glycemic index. All right, so we are going to mount the designer series paper. I don't know if there is a right or wrong way. I think I like it that way. And then we're going to emboss it. I love the backgrounds on these papers too, or the backside, I should say. I'm going to emboss it with Merry Melody, which is a 3D folder. Before it gets the right plate. All right, so 3D, always use your specialty plate, your gray or your blue specialty plate. And there is our embossed piece. And now I'm going to put it back together to do die cutting because we're going to cut that circle out. This is Stylish Shapes. I think it was my biggest one. Yes, it was. So we're going to cut that right out of the center. And then I have that to use with another project. And there is our layer. Our card base is the shaded spruce. We're going to mount that onto the card front. And then I took the deckled rectangles and I cut out, and I think I mentioned once before, whenever I'm cutting hey Sharon, thank you. Whenever I'm cutting out a rectangle from a piece of cardstock, I try to center it as best I can because sometimes I do go back then and use this piece, right? So I cut it to size, center it. Why not, right? Then you get two die cuts, if you will, for the price of one. And you're saving cardstock. I stocked up on basic white cardstock, I'll tell you. Because I go through that like crazy. I don't know about you guys. And then our frame is just going to come right on there. Okay. So make sure I have the right side up. Ooh, silicone pad. Silicone pad is such a workhorse. Does so many things for us. Yeah. All right, and then I have a distressed gold. That last night that was on low inventory, the distressed gold. So I don't know if that has gone not available again or not. And I already pre-cut the pine and I put the adhesive sheet on the back. Yes, except that, yeah, we're gonna do it that way. I was thinking I didn't do it the way I wanted it. Oh, okay. By the way, you won the gems today. So, oh, Corinne just told you. She did, she did. Sounds like you're racing, lady. Okay, we have that in there. We are using for our berries, because this is Moody Mauve, I use the in color gems. These are the in color dots, I should say, for 23.25. And the Moody Mauve is so pretty. So I'm going to do one of the medium size and then two of the smaller. Oops. Here we go. All right, let's do. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside piece, and then we're going to do our Noel. So have you noticed the foam adhesive sheets in the catalog? Yeah, I know. Somebody just said that to me the other day. They said, can't you retire anytime? I'm like, no, I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I was retired. No, as a matter of fact, I'm starting another business. So go figure, right? All right. Wishing you a wonderful season filled with all the good things that warm your heart and lift your spirit. Okay. Now, so the foam adhesive sheets, I asked if anybody had noticed those in the catalog. They're in the on the same page as all the adhesives in the annual catalog, and they are squares of dimensional, right? This is sticky on both sides. So we're going to stamp the Noel in the Moody Mauve onto the piece of basic white. I'm trying to think which way I did it. I think I did it this way. And these are great when you may not want to fussy cut mini dimensionals, because the letters are pretty narrow. So definitely the regular size dimensionals aren't going to fit on the back. And then you'd be trimming even the minis down to fit them on there. We're going to mount this to, this is sticky on both sides. So we're just going to pull one side off. Perhaps. There we go. That was bullheaded, wasn't it? And then I'm going to mount this on here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, the really cool thing is, and I wish I'd have brought my mini over here, because you know I don't really like to pull my big one in because it shakes the table. This is going to cut just like if it was on regular cardstock. Yeah, they're awesome, aren't they? So I'm going to grab my die. Oops, it is sticky on the sides too, so that's why it keeps catching on my fingers. And I am going to grab a piece of our tape. Not our tape, but my Post-it note tape that I use. And get that lined up. And find the other plate. And then I'm just going to run it through the die cutting machine. Okay. And you can tell I use my die cutting machine a lot by the look of those plates, huh? And I just roll it forwards and back. You don't have to roll it 1,000 times. And then I look, and yep, it cut the whole way through. You can see on the back, it cut the whole way through. And then I'm going to pop them out. Probably take that off and make it a little bit easier. Oh, there's the L. There we go. So now they are all dimensionalized. And there's really not enough left there to keep, so I just toss that. There's the center of my O. I feel like I should be able to do something with that tiny little oval, but I haven't figured what that is yet. Okay, so there's our Noel. Uh-oh, the backing was evidently off the L. So we're going to go ahead and place that one right there. And then I'm going to peel the backing off the N and place that right there. So how cool is that? And it cuts just as easily as our cardstock, which I love, because you'd think, oh my gosh, I'm cutting through that whole thickness. I think I heard that from every club member. I'm cutting through that whole thickness. Yes, yes, you are. And there is our Noel. My L is crooked. See if I can straighten that up a little bit. There we go. So there's project number 2. No coloring with that one. If you place it wrong, you mean if you place your cardstock down on the foam adhesive, if that's the question, it's not easy. It's not easy. Let's see. I mean, now I ran this through, so it is compressed, obviously, and more sticky than it would be before I did that. But you can see it's like a dimensional, so it's, you probably would ruin the foam trying to get it off. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, for our non-traditionalists, right? And one of my club members said to me, I'm normally a traditionalist, but I really like this. So there we go. There's project number 2. And then one more. And this one is going to use this. No, not this. We did this piece out of the Joy of Noel. And let me just put my stylish shapes away before I knock them on the floor. You bet, Deborah. And if you're worried about that, and especially like if you're doing something small or smaller like that was, just cut it a little bit bigger and give yourself some play. That way you can pretty much make sure you get it on. And if it's not 100%, like if it was off the end of the E maybe or something like this little piece, I'm not sure I would sweat that because the bulk of it is covered by it, so it'll still stand up nicely for you. Let's find the card. Here's the card. Clean. I call this a clean Christmas card. It's very simple. A little bit of coloring, traditional colors with the old olive and the real red, and then that basic white, I think just makes everything pop, right? So old olive, as I said, and I didn't emboss this one. As a matter of fact, there's no embossing on here and there's no die cutting on here. Just some coloring and a few embellishments. I was trying to die cut, but I could not come up with anything that was the size that I needed. So I'm going to take one piece of basic white and we're going to put our greeting on the inside with our real red. Oh no. There we go. I know it's pretty pathetic that I've been a demonstrator 20 years, and when the ink pads come apart, I can't figure out how to put them back together. And I have watched videos and all of that, and I still can't do it. But it makes my husband feel involved. That's my story anyway. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on. Oh, wait, we're going to do our corners too. So there's this cute little, where did that set go? Here. Nope, it's got to be in the other set. Here. There's this cute little stamp. I didn't know exactly what to do with that little stamp up there. It's cute, but it made me think of the old photo corners. So we're going to stamp that in the four corners with the old olives. And all you do is turn it a quarter of a turn to go in the opposite direction. And I'm just lining it up with the cardstock as best I can. There we go. So I don't know, just reminds me of that. And it's a little extra accent on the inside. But I just lined the edges of the stamp up with the side edge and the bottom edge of the cardstock to try to keep me somewhat straight and oriented correctly. Okay, so the inside's done. I'm going to grab that real red again and go ahead and stamp the label. And Season's Greetings comes out of Christmas Classics. And what I did is I kept it oriented. I made the real red longer, and I kept it oriented to the right side of the mat so that we could add some of those pearls on there. I think when we get to this time of the year, we want Christmas cards that are, we want some that are special, no question, but then we also need some that are quick and easy, right? And that if you are going to a kid's sporting event, you could take these and color them at the sporting event, right? Now don't miss the kids play. Which, by the way, Debbie, your grandson had a fantastic season, didn't he? All right, so now let me show you this stamp. So I was trying to figure out, and I'm sure you can, and it's probably more of an eclectic wreath because it's not going to be perfectly round. So if you're good with that, fabulous. But I was trying to figure out what to use this stamp for, and I decided to create, what do they call that? It just went right out of my head. Garland. I'm gonna create garland. So we're going to stamp it. Let me look. Yep, we stamped it in Old Olive, I think. Just check my theory. Yes. And I'm going to go just a little bit off because I kind of want the center, the point to go up into the center, right? So it's just barely off the edge of my cardstock. And this is a 4x5 1/4 piece. And then I realized, oh, well, yeah, I can't stamp it that way. That doesn't give me what I want, right? So now I'm looking for something to wipe that off with. So we're just going to marry that point with that as best we can. And then that's where our bow will go. Swag. That was the word I was looking for, Cheryl. Thank you. And if we don't get the whole way to the edge, then we're just going to come back and do one more little piece. There we go. Okay. I'm sure you are. You should be very proud. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right, let's do a little quick little coloring here. This time we're going to use dark real red for the berries. And remember to stick around because I've got my club swaps to share with you. My Wednesday night group does a Christmas card swap. So does my Monday night group. All right, did I miss any? I think I got them all. Here's those leaves again. I don't know what these leaves are, but again, we're going to do those in light old olive. Oh, this old olive doesn't squeak. I must have been smart enough to get a replacement for that other one. I don't know what they're supposed to represent. I get the holly. So again, this is for our traditionalists that like the red and green, right? And I know I have a few of you on here. And truthfully, I like the red and green too. But I also like purple and silver and pink and silver. Oops, I'm seeing berries I missed. I'm not doing any shading on this one. I don't think I did any on my first one either. I think everything that's left is the holly. I can back and catch those berries while I'm seeing. I've missed a lot. I think that's it. And then this is going to be dark old olive. This is the part where I'm like, I wish I could sing. I'd sing you a Christmas carol. But you don't want to hear that, especially now. I used to sing. I think it's funny how our voices give out as we get older. And my mom was in choir. She was in a community choir and they sang all the time, did concerts and stuff. And she gave it up towards the end. And I said, Mom, why'd you quit singing? And she said, my voice. She said, I can't sing anymore. But she loved it. My mom was an active little bee right up until the end. She was very involved in her church. And I know she told me that the pastor had said to her just a couple of weeks before that she really needed to train somebody else on the job that she was doing for the church. And that didn't happen. So I'm pretty sure they kind of were left with a holy crap. Okay, so there is our beautiful swag. I got a mark up there, but guess what? That's going to cover it lovely. Thank goodness, huh? Mistletoe leaves? Okay. Oh, yeah, I bet you're right. I bet you guys are right. Oh, okay. I've not even taken the time to look at it. Although I am going to do the retired list was announced. And that's going to start on the 21st, I think it is. So I am going to go live. I'm just not sure when. Maybe this afternoon, guys. Maybe this afternoon. And we can mark our catalogs. So this is where I love the bones because that gave me a nice solid backing for our card. And then I've already made the bow. That real red ribbon is probably my favorite real red ribbon in the catalog, and that's the one that's with the oh shoot, it's not burlap, but yeah, just flew right out. My head is empty this morning. So I think that's a different way. I've seen a lot of wreaths done with that stamp, but I don't know that I had seen any swags. Thank you, Cheryl, again, for finding that word for me, garland swags. So it's a different way to use that stamp, but I really like it actually. So there we go. There's project number 3. So this was the Christmas Classics and the Joy of Noel products. How will you know? Well, how about we say, what time is it? What time is it? It is 10:56. So let's say at 2:30, I will come back on live and we will do the catalogs. Okay. And if you can join us, fabulous, please do. And if you can't, you can always come back and watch the replay, right? So 2:30 today, we'll grab the catalogs and go through them. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Again, remember the seasonal sale ends today. I say it a lot of times because I know sometimes our minds are somewhere else and we forget. But it is today. Oh, Grosgrain? No, it's not Grosgrain, Debbie. Oh, no, you meant the other ribbon. No, it's the, wait a minute. It's my catalog here. Nope, just my mini. I'll tell you at 2:30. It looks like burlap, but it's not burlap. And it's a light crumb cake with an edge. And there it's a bundle. It's that one and it's this red ribbon. And this is like more satiny. But anyway. All right. So I'll see you at 2:30. Get your catalogs, grab a drink, grab a marker. I don't feel like the lists are as long this year, so it won't take us as long as it normally does. And I'll see you then. And until then, have a good afternoon. Bye, guys.